Hey, what's up? My name is Brad Nolan from Click 98.9, and this is Creative Live After Hours Episode 2. We're here with Vicci Martinez. Hey, guys.
Hi.
She's the only one here. The other two don't even exist. Just kidding. Introduce yourselves.
DJ Phinnisey, Paul Hirschl,
and they make up the new Vicci. They make up the new Vicci machine.
The Vicci machine.
We're going to talk a little bit about what you're doing now, and we're going to talk about where you're going next. But first, we got to go back a little bit. We're going to sum up The Voice into it was like this really cool party you went to, and you met some cool people. What I want to know about is what kind of feelings did the professional hangover create for you from that party?
Just like a party. You go and you talk to people about crazy ideas, and you get a little drunker, and you guys do a little bit of crazy things, and you had all these ideas, and yeah, here's your number, yeah, let's connect, let's do it. And then the next day you're like, hey, do you want to go have breakfast? And crickets. And it's like, it kind of felt like right after The Voice, I was so just like charged. Everyone was asking me, calling me and wanting, my time, and it was exciting at first, but then it was like, okay, well, now I really need your help. That help that you said you could offer, and now I have time and focus to let's do it. It just kind of felt like, everybody had their own thing going on. So, I mean, I'm not trying to sound like a victim here, but I mean, if you're gonna, turn it into like that party hangover. I mean, but at the party hangover, about 5 o'clock rolls along and you've already had your greasy food and you've got, you've replenished yourself, and it's like, all right, I'm ready to go to the gym now. I'm ready to take a month off of drinking, or, you do your whole thing, and I feel like that's where I'm at now.
So, I mean, parties are fun though. What are some of the most positive experiences you had at The Voice?
The positive, the whole thing. I mean, it brought me here, and The Voice was never anything negative in my life. It was definitely a stepping point, or whatever the hell you call it, for just having a major audience and being able to, get international recognition. And it was cool because it was based on your voice. It wasn't like what you looked like, or, they say it wasn't what you looked like, but in our first season, it was very genuine. And I was very lucky, and I still go back and talk to those people, and they even say the same thing, that the first season for them it was fresh, it was new, it was a startup, just like any company. And I saw that, and I took that with me, and I just said, I want to start my own thing, but I want to keep that first season my whole life. I want everything to always feel like, we don't know what's gonna, and that's definitely what's happening now. So,
well, I mean, fun. One of the things about The Voice is it's across the board. 0 hits have come out of The Voice. 0 international hits have come out of The Voice. So every time I talk to a voice artist, they're always like, "Let's not talk about that, man. I don't want to talk about that time in my life." But you always seem to embrace it as like, no, that's like that's the thing that made me who I am today. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, just like any situation in our life, you can't take back that a parent died, or just you got divorced, or all the crap that happens. I mean, there's way more crap in the world that happens, but I've been kicked around enough. I'm not going to be a victim in my life. This is my life. I don't know what happens next. I know that this is now, and I'm going to treat it like it's the only thing I know, and I'm going to give it my all. So,
taking a step away from The Voice and to now, you're in a collaborative environment. You're building a new brand, like your own startup. What made you sit down? The hangover is over, right? You got your Gatorade or whatever, and now you're ready to rock and roll. What made you sit down and decide, well, I need to do this with specific people, and I need to make this thing?
I knew it was something that I wanted to do. I hadn't met the right people. And I wanted it to be a family. I wanted to know that when I fall, because not if I fall, when I fall, I have people there to pick me up. They're not even gonna let me touch the ground. And vice versa, and it took a while, just like, you know, you're dating, you're in a relationship, to get to know each other's boundaries, you know, and we definitely set them, you know, really quick. I think we all were in a place where, you know, I think we all kind of feel that way about our lives, that we're hard workers, we want to live it to the fullest, and we want to make good art. And to have every single person have that complete focus, no distraction, I mean, it's unreal the amount of work I've been able to do with them in less than a year. I mean, it doesn't even amount to like what I've done in 10 years, you know? And it just amazes me like how quickly, you know, we're able to turn things out.
We're talking to Vicci Martinez. She was on The Voice Season 1, but now she's doing it's a whole new thing. She's reapproaching her career as a lean startup, and she's brought some people on board. Some of those people are here today. So introduce me to them. They've introduced themselves, but who cares? Introduce me to them as you see them.
Well, this is DJ Phinnisey, and he is a producer, hip-hop, mostly in Tacoma for a minute. And I mean, same thing, like right out of school, just focused on what he wanted to do, and he's unreal. Like, I mean, I've worked with the best, most successful producer in the world, and he's amazing. That's why he's that. And I worked with DJ, and I was like, I don't want to work with anyone else. Like, there was a level of comfort, and I just knew that he's young, and I was just like, oh my God, I can't even, it gives me chills to see what he's gonna do in 10 years. It's gonna be nuts. Paul Hirschl, he is one of the members of Goldfinch, who our other guy, Aaron, they were in the same band together. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest, at first, Paul and Aaron, they used to play in Goldfinch, and they used to be in, I used to bring them on some of our shows, because I'm a big fan of Goldfinch. And I remember being like, did you know this is a 21 plus show? Like, what is this kid doing here? And he's like, it's okay, they already know, like, it's fine, like, okay. And still just kind of like, all right, you know? And first time I heard him play, I was like, wow, this guy is solid and so professional, and not even 21. Like, just almost to where my ego was a little bit tripped, because I was just like, you can't be more professional than me. Like, I've been doing this longer than you, and like, you're very courteous, and you're just like, oh, let me do this, and like, it was just like, you know, everything in place. And then when we started working together, Aaron had mentioned to me, Aaron Stevens is the other member of Enter Exit Stay, who's not here with us. He's stuck in traffic, and working very hard, as we all do. When Aaron said, you know, this is one of the members of Enter Exit Stay, and he's a big part of writing, and I was just like, he's so young, like what, you know what? And then when we were working in the studio, it's like he was the garlic, he was the seasoning on that. You know, you can make some potatoes and be like, okay, I need to eat, so I need to replenish myself. And then you can put that stuff on it and you'd be like, okay, that's all I'm ever gonna order. And that's Paul Hirschl.
Paul, how'd you
Does that make any sense? It does to me.
Doesn't make any sense at all, actually, but that's okay, because she's an artist. Paul, how did you approach the project when you were approached by Aaron, I'm assuming, who's absent, loser. How did you approach the project? Like, what was your thought process?
Well, I've worked with Aaron for, I mean, like Vicci said, pretty much straight out of high school. I started writing and playing drums with him in a band called Goldfinch. So it was really comfortable for me to kind of just work in another project with him. And the thing kind of just came about very organically. We were working on a song. We knew Vicci was in town. He goes, you know, this song would sound really great with Vicci's vocals on it. It's like, yeah, it would. And see if we can give her a call, see what's up. And he knew Vicci through, I think it was through the dance community, through his wife, who also dances. And Vicci was kind of in the Tacoma scene forever, and so we obviously knew about her. And yeah, after that, it just kind of unfolded. My approach to kind of get to your question has been kind of somewhat of like an editor, because there's been so much great talent in the room always. I don't have to try to create some great idea, it's always in the room. So just kind of facilitating and trying to guide it in the direction everyone is wishing it would be in. So you have to try to figure out what people are collectively trying to create and put yourself in that position regardless if that's the vision you have or not, really. So yeah, I've had a lot of experience doing that with just being the drummer. I mean, that's kind of like your role permanently, right?
Yeah.
Bring a songwriter to you, you have to make it into a full-fledged kind of orchestration. And so yeah, it's been a lot of fun working with these guys because the ideas are always solid and easy to craft.
So I've determined that Vicci is the meat and Paul is the secret sauce. Where are you falling in, DJ?
Oh, like
DJ's the bugs.
I'm just there. Like it's not complete without it. No. I mean, to kind of piggyback off of what he was saying, like, yeah, it just kind of ended up happening where they needed a place to facilitate this recording of this song. And so me and Aaron had been talking about getting together and doing some stuff. And he was like, hey, cool if we come over to your place and record this song. And you can mess around with it afterwards too. So that's what I did. And then she heard it and was kind of like, okay, you guys want to make another one? And then from there it was, okay, do you guys want to make the record? And yeah, we just kind of went from there.
You guys want to all marry me?
Yeah.
So we did. We all signed a contract.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about, I mean, so you've set the groundwork, right? You have kind of, Aaron is like your chief operations officer type, you know, you've got your creatives, you've got your developers, and you've got your people who kind of put it all together. You've set yourself up like a startup, you know, no money, all this stuff, and then you've started to build this thing. What's the plan?
I mean, of course, we want to be able to, you know, get some kind of a return financially and be able to continue to do this art and put everything we know that needs to go into it all the time. I mean, I think that's one of the things that I mean, it's like, I'm always that person. It's like, wait, I want more. And to see how quickly we've been able to do things, it's like, wait, let's be quicker. If we didn't have to do other things, you know, if they didn't have to have other jobs or you know, if he didn't have to bring in other clients, and it'd be like, you know, like, it'd be ridiculous. Yeah, I've learned that I need to also relax. So they helped me do that. And in all of it, in this company, we've created pretty much a lifestyle. I mean, we don't just work. You know, Aaron and I wake up in the morning and we work for a couple hours. He knows I'm ADD. I got to go to the gym. He gives us a break. We come back, we work more. Paul, you know, directs our rehearsals, and he's my teacher. He's the one who, like, you know, I know that forever I will constantly evolve, you know, by having this group together. And so when it comes to the success factor, yes, we want some money, but I feel that we all just really understand the importance of leaving a legacy, you know?
I mean, I hear you, but you seem to be shy to be like, we want to make some money. The only way to continue to create art is to make money, right? Facebook makes money, right? Instagram makes money. So, I mean, I don't think I'd be shy about that. As you move forward, something I've noticed you're doing is, what is this, you've been releasing like a track a week or something like that?
That's the thing, it's like, it's not just the money thing though. I mean, it's like, I'm not gonna sit here and like be like, oh, I need your money. It's like, you know, I'm investing my money, we're investing our money into something that it's like, I'm not gonna ask for it, I'm just gonna let it speak for itself. And so that's why it's like, let's say money blows up and there's no such thing as money anymore. I just want you to listen to it. I just want it to heal you. So that's why when it comes to that, that's what success and what I want this company, not company, what I just want us as.
I think our biggest goal too is like, we just want to put out really good content for as long as we're working together, you know, like, and for that to not stop. I mean, yeah, we started out just going like one track a week, and then we were like, you know what, like, let's just drop an EP now. And, you know, we have videos in the works, and we have all this other content that we're generating, and like to where, you know that when you come see Vicci Martinez, like, you're always going to get something new and something fresh, and it's never going to be a dull moment for the next couple of years.
We're talking to Vicci Martinez, DJ, and Paul. They are 3/4 of a new company called Enter, Exit, Stay. And they're creating a new brand out of thin air. This is CreativeLive. We are live. My name is Brad Nolan from Click 98.9. And here's a question for you. You've spent so many years building Vicci Martinez, right? since you're what, like 2 years old or something? You've been like building this whole thing, you go through the voice and all this stuff, and now you're effectively handing part of your direction over to 3 dudes sitting at a table. What kind of fear-inducing moment has that been for you?
I think the only thing that, you know, brought up any fear in it was outsiders. I knew that I wanted to do that. I knew that I've never cared about who gets this and who gets that, because I just want to do what makes me happy. And we've set this up a way to where we all have incentive here. We all are equal. We are all like, I mean, just the way, you know, I even perform. It's not that I had it all wrong before. My focus was off. My focus, and it wasn't my fault, it was just the industry. The industry makes you focus on yourself, how and who you are to your fans, which then makes you like separate and like something that you have to like live up to, and then, oh, you broke up with your girlfriend, oh, how are you doing? It's like, you know what, it's kind of none of your business. It's like, that's not what we're doing here. And I let so much of that into my life to where, honestly, I was being sucked because I was trying to keep that up, and I was trying to keep up this person that, like, to a point where I was like, dude, I don't got any energy for that. I'm doing 20 jobs right now on stage, trying to keep you happy, trying to keep them happy, trying to keep time, trying to make sure my merch is sold, trying to make sure that the CDs get here on time, trying to make sure the sound is good, trying to make sure I can even hear myself. And it's like, I looked at my life and I was like, I've been doing this for 15 years when I turned 30, and I was like, if I do this for 15 years, I'm gonna be like, and I feel like 12 again. I feel like I'm going to school every day with a new pair of shoes. You know, you're like, I can't wait.
You did that when you were 12?
I can jump.
That's crazy.
I can jump. I can
What kind
run
of life
faster.
did you have? You had new shoes every day.
No.
No, just kidding. We know this story. It's cool. Talk about your new music. I mean, because I have to be honest with you. I've been with you now for a few years and thinking, like, if she does this rebranding, if she does this whole new thing, it's going to be pure like Foo Fighters. It's not. It's a different thing. So I need you to help walk me through the new sound of Vicci Martinez. I'm
going to just say one thing first, and then I'm going to let them take that over. When I decided I wanted to be 12 again, I started going out to the clubs. I started dancing the way I used to when I was a kid. And I was like, this is the music I like. This is what I jam in my car, like loud, over and over and over. And then to hear the tunes that they were coming up with, I was just, there it was. So it's like I said, every day it's a party.
Yeah, we really didn't have like a goal to be like, we're gonna make Vicci a top 40 mainstream, like she's gonna play on this and this. Like, I just was coming up with cool beats and some cool sounds and textures, and Aaron was like, oh man, I think this would sound cool. And then he'd be like, oh, I think that sounds cool. And then all of a sudden we have like this really cool, like this piece of music that we were like, oh man, let's see what she sounds like over this. And It's definitely different than anything she's done before. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't work. And everything that we've done has just been like really, really great. And so it's just been kind of fun to like almost build this cool, unique sound just for her that like I haven't heard for anybody else, you know? Yeah, I mean, to go off of that, it's just like to talk about how we came about the sound or what our objective was when we were writing the music or whatever. We spent a lot of time together. You know, we just spent, you know, twice a week, 4 hours a day for 18 months, you know what I mean? And when you kind of work that amount of time with somebody and you're talking, you know, 15, 30 hours a week with them, not only do you get them to know them personally, but also musically, you get the perspective they're coming at. So when you're working in the studio, it's not like, oh wait, like what direction are we going? I don't know if that, you know, kick sound really, you know, I'm just going for this club thing, you're doing this trap thing. Like, no. Like, we already know exactly where we're kind of tracking, and getting to line up isn't as tricky when you're spending that much time with each other. And so, and I mean, to kind of go off of that, Aaron and I have been writing music since I was, you know, even more of a baby than I am now. Like, since I was like right out of high school, you know? So I don't know any other way except to write music with Aaron, really. And so it's been really nice to just kind of let this happen, and just, you know, if you have an idea, speak up, and if you don't, let it happen, you know? Let the people in front of you who are really talented
do their work.
Let's talk a little bit about Aaron. I mean, he's not here, but
let's talk shit about Aaron.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
let's describe Aaron's role in the new entertainment startup of Vicci Martinez, and kind of describe for people what it is that he brings to the table.
Well, I think it's integral, first of all. I think he's one of the kind of the title we've given is project coordinator. So
That's a terrible title.
It's not a great title.
We'll come up with something different.
But I think it kind of gets at the heart of all of the stuff he does. It's really wide encompassing. Professionally, he manages Vicci, and that's happened since December, that kind of management change. But before then, he was a songwriter and producer first and foremost. So as far as him in the studio, you know, we kind of all have our specific role, but then again, it's just free for all. It's undefined for a reason, because being an artist, that's kind of the point, right? And so, you know, he writes a lot of the lyrics, he writes a lot of the melodies, but I mean, then again, like, if you were to go through a specific song, you're like, oh, actually, DJ wrote that hook, and well, Paul wrote that melody, and you know, Aaron actually wrote some weird bass line here.
And
so
I think we scrapped that one, but
you know,
we kept that one note, so we're cool there. But yeah.
When you talk about like kind of musical roles, that's the ambiguity is what I love about it. You know, the fact that there isn't set roles, there isn't someone going, you know what, actually, that's my department, because that's not music, that's not art. You know, that's not how you come to a creative solution. And so yeah, but as far as from the business side of things, he runs the ship. He's the guy who's, he's the point guy. He's the one making sure all the project and all the deadlines and all that stuff is happening and getting fulfilled. So yeah, it's definitely an integral part of the whole thing.
For sure.
I'm really into fashion, and
enough about Aaron. Let's talk about how much I love fashion.
Well, no, because this is important. I'm really into fashion, and you are too. I noticed that the two gentlemen sitting next to you don't. I mean, you guys' brains are completely different wavelengths, right? I'm not saying you don't have fashion, because what does that even mean? What I'm saying is, it's interesting to me that when I first met you, everyone in your little crew had leather pants and, you know, ears pierced and stuff like that. So as you move forward with the creative process, more than music, what are you looking to create?
More than music, what am I looking to create?
Yeah, music's just one part of it, right? I mean, you're a
Music's
startup.
a really big part of it.
It's just that little part.
Man, that's a good question, Brad. You're my friend. You could have given me a little bit of a warning about that one. Take it.
I think, I mean, right now, all we really talk about is the music. You know, like we always, like one of the big things that we've always tried to encompass was like going deeper, not wider. And you know, like that's really helped us to stay focused in like everything that we do. You know,
they help me just like.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, we've definitely talked about doing a whole bunch of stuff, but it just never really, you know, like we always end up going back to that.
Well, what are some of the things you've talked about that you're like?
Well, I can't tell you because there are ideas that I'm not going to tell you yet. They're happening. So.
Well, I mean, to kind of go a little bit off what you're talking about of creating a brand, right? It's not just the music. Yeah, right. There's an image behind it. And I think kind of going, maybe we were talking about like, hey, these two dudes next to you don't look like you, right?
Nobody ever does.
Right? I think that's a specific part of our branding as well. We're a diverse group. I mean, there's age, race, you know, all of it. I think that really shows in the music, kind of going back to your point. And as far as the content's concerned, yeah, like when you put all of us in a photo, it definitely looks a little bit like kind of the wacky mixed family or something. Like it's not a cohesive bunch of, you know, smooth white hair or smooth white faced kind of people. But
it's genuine. I mean, I looked at some of those
Tacoma,
photos.
You know, it's like it's real.
I've looked at those photos though, and whether we look like we're coming from all different sides, I can see and I can spot like just the comfort and the genuine smiles and the laughs. Like our photographer, Scott, you know, he's just shooting and there's a certain face that I do when I laugh really hard that I'm always like, oh, don't use that picture because it gives me like a little double chin, you know, or whatever. And,
I do that all the time.
And this is the first time I look at those laughs and I'm just like, oh, look, remember that thing you said something really stupid and then I farted maybe and you guys were laughing because you're standing behind me and you're like, ah, whatever. And it's like,
it's genuine. Okay, so we
Parts are funny.
We are talking to Vicci Martinez, DJ Phinnisey, and Paul, and they're part of Enter, Exit, Stay. They're 3/4 of it. This is Creative Live, episode 2 of After Hours. You guys want to do some music?
Let's do it.
All right, my name is Brad Nolan from Click 98.9, and we're gonna let them get set up and kill it.
Cool.
Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, this highway race. Diamonds on the windshield.
It's late, I'm late, it's late, I'm late.
Oh, a whole lot of us back in the day had our moments with this song. We break up to make up. Wishing you could hear it through the radio. Wishing you could hear it, babe. This home is late. Coming home. Please, oh baby, stay awake.
Stay awake, stay awake.
Coming home. Sorry I stayed out so late.
Out so late, out so
Late,
late.
baby. Oh baby, please, oh baby, stay awake.
Stay awake, stay awake.
Don't lose your head.
It's late, I'm late, it's late, I'm late.
Hanging by a thin thread.
It's late, I'm late, it's late, I'm late.
Oh, don't let the sun go down angry. It just leaves your soul hungry. We break up to make up. Wishing you could hear it through the radio. Wishing you could hear it, babe. This cold is late. Coming home. Please, oh baby, stay awake.
Stay awake, stay awake.
Coming home. Sorry I stayed out so late.
Out so late, out so
Late,
late.
baby. Oh baby, please, oh baby, stay awake.